Okay, so in this video we'll be taking a look at word problems. We said that there are different methods that we can use to solve word problems. Both methods use models, which are basically pictures. So one way we can solve a word problem is a part-whole method. That's when we have a whole number, or a total, and a part, which is a piece of the total. Another method we can use is the comparison model, and we usually will use the comparison model when there are two or more things that we're looking at to compare. Usually one of them will help us find the answer for the other and to find the answer at the end. So in our case, let's go ahead and take a look at our first word problem. Our word problem says, Mrs. Ward baked 840 cookies. She sold them in packets of 24 cookies each. How much money did she receive if the selling price per packet was $3? So it seems that here we are not comparing anything. So in fact, we will be looking at a part-whole method here. So the first thing that we were going to do is write K, that's the information that we know, and then N, the information that we do not know. Again, by looking at our problem, we see that Mrs. Ward baked 840 cookies. That's the first piece of information that we have, 840 cookies. It isn't always important to write what unit we used because we don't want to write too much of the information, just the basic facts. But in this case, we'll write it. She sold them in packets of 24 cookies each. So we can write 24 cookies each. How much money did she receive if the selling price per packet was $3? So we can see that basically every sentence has a piece of information, and sometimes, but not always, our question will also have a piece of information. Each packet was $3. So we have all the information we know. Let's write what we need to know. What are we trying to find out? We are trying to find out how much money she received. Money received. That is the information we're trying to figure out. So since we know this is a part-whole because there is only one unit we're using, we're just going to draw one box. This one box represents the 840 cookies that Mrs. Ward has. And we also know that there are packets of 24 cookies each. So we just can make a smaller box and say that this is a packet and there's 24 cookies. I can continue making these, but we need to figure out how many packets we have first because we don't have that information. So to do that, I need to use the information I have so far, which is 840, the total amount, divided by 24, which is how much is in each. I know that 84 divided by 24 can go 3 times. I'll subtract 72 and get 12, bring down the 0. 24 can go into 120 5 times. So if you notice here, I have no remainder. In fact, in most of the problems we do, we should not have a remainder. If we do divide and find a remainder, that means we did something wrong and we need to start over. So now I see, based on my division, that I have 35 packets, and again, each packet has 24 cookies, but we're already done with that information. Now that we found out that she has 35 packets, we need to multiply that by the cost of each packet. So multiply 35 by 3, and that will give us $105. It also happens to be the amount we're looking for here. How much money was received? She received $105. Remember, all word problems must be answered in a complete sentence. So this is the part-whole model for word problems. And pictures definitely make it easier to see and easier to solve.